Sunday semifinal matchups in the American Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Championship are set, and they're familiar ones because they're exactly the same as last year's. In the opener, just after 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the number 1 seed and 6-time champion UConn Huskies take on the 4th seed USF Bulls, followed at about 6:30 Eastern Time by the 2 seed UCF Knights against the 3rd seeded Cincinnati Bearcats. There are a number of ways these are familiar matchups. Let's start with the opener, UConn and USF. They've met in this tournament each of the last 6 years. 4 of them in the championship game, the last 2 in the semifinal matchup. How'd they get here this time? Well, USF outlasted Tulane in the quarters, thanks in good measure to sophomore Sydney Harvey, who had double figures in points just 8 minutes into Saturday's game and had 16 of USF's 29 first-half points. Harvey ended the day with a new career high of 28. UConn kept its American Conference record perfect by defeating 8th seed Temple in the quarters, 94-61. UConn shot 54% from three-point range, had 6 players in double figures, and were really sparked by freshman Aubrey Griffin, who entered the game Saturday with 2 minutes left in the first quarter and had a double-double at halftime. Plus, Griffin got to the free throw line 17 times in 22 minutes on the floor. UConn won both of the regular season matchups between the teams, but they were very different games. In the mid-February matchup played in Tampa, UCF actually led at halftime before UConn made some defensive adjustments and managed to pull away late. In the game played just a week ago in Hartford, well, the Bulls went 4 for 30 in the first half from the floor, while the Huskies poured in 53 points. Jose Fernandez knows his Bulls are going to need to shoot better in this one, and Gino Auriemma knows that for the Huskies to win, they can't have any letdown from the best basketball of the season they've been playing lately. Now, for UCF and Cincinnati, as mentioned, this is a repeat of last year's semifinal matchup, a 66-58 win for the Knights, and the rubber match of the season. The two teams split the regular season games that they held earlier. It's the 4th straight year UCF has made the semifinals here. The Knights' quarterfinal Saturday was a 65-32 win over Wichita State, in which UCF deployed its ferocious, tenacious defense to the point that the Shockers had as many turnovers as points at halftime. KK Wright, a unanimous pick as first-team All-Conference on Friday, led the Knights' offense Saturday with 14 points and scored 16 against the Bearcats in each of the two teams' regular season meetings. Cincinnati plays in the semifinals of the American Championship for a 3rd straight year, but they've yet to advance past that point. The Bearcats tournament got off to a rousing start Saturday night as they roared past Memphis 94-52. Cincinnati shot 56% from the floor and 50% from 3 in that win, while holding the Tigers to just 26% shooting. So as for the 2 games that the teams played during the regular season this year, they were kind of interesting. In the game at UCF in Orlando, both teams shot about 30%, and the score for each was in the 40s. While in the game at Cincinnati, both teams shot about 50%, and the game was in the 60s. One of those teams wants to make the other play to the style they're looking for to come out on top and get to the championship game. So that's it. UConn and USF, UCF and Cincinnati. The semifinal matchups starting at about 4 o'clock Eastern Sunday here at Mohegan Sun.